I wish being a deadbeat baby daddy was illegal so some of y'all could go to jail. Or at least add it to the 10 Commandments so we could be sure that y'all are going to hell. You know what I'm saying?
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is a video of a woman who lost two of her children to being homeless, and this story has struck a big conversation. She lost two of her kids. One is a 9 years old and one is a 2 years old. This has hit the news and has gotten the entire conversation started. So this woman came online to talk to on the news to state on how she has been homeless for the past 3 months, and she has 4 kids, a mom and two of her siblings. They don't have a roof over their head, and they are living in a car, a van. And in this fateful day, two of our kids died of extreme cold. Is it hypothermia they call it? An extreme cold. But in an interview, she was asked if she ever, where are the father of these kids? That conversation got up and like, where are the father? Did you ask for help? And she stated that she asked for the father. She asked for help for the father of the kids, asking the father to come and take these kids, but the father refused. And now two of these kids, which she has 3 kids for this man, and two of these kids are gone. And this has really struck the conversation, which we're going to see some of the news and the interview she did with the news outlets, and also the father of these kids. And you will see his demeanor talking about the kids and losing the kids to extreme cold, even though he live in a nice apartment in a nice neighborhood, even has a gym membership, while his kids has been homeless for 3 months, which has resulted to the kids being unalive. Let's go check out this news and then people's response and reaction to it, and then we'll come back and talk more.
2 kids died of apparent hypothermia in a casino parking garage. Welcome to 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Simon Shayket. This story has devastated our area. Just moments ago, 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham talking with the mother of those 2 children.
Darren joining us live right now from Detroit's west side with more from their conversation. And Darren, so many people talking about this. This is simply heartbreaking.
Very heartbreaking, Carolyn. Simon. Moments ago, I did have the opportunity to speak to Tatiana Williams, who lost her 9-year-old and her 2-year-old, also in the vehicle at the time, her 4-year-old and her 8-year-old. Also, Tatiana's mother and her 2 siblings, a 13-year-old and a 17-year-old, also stay in that vehicle. She tells me that she has been homeless for 3 months and that she is trying to do better for herself, trying to get back on her feet. She told me she's a CNA, a medical assistant, and that she was actually about to start a new job tomorrow. And so I did speak with her, and I asked her, one of the questions I did ask her was to take me back to yesterday.
Yesterday, I woke them up to wake them up from school. My son wasn't moving. And I kept saying, Freddie, please get up. Please. Please, for me, just get up. Don't do this to me. And I tried to give him CPR because I'm a senior and a medical assistant. I've been working there since I was 17. I tried to give him CPR and I was just giving him CPR. I just kept saying, Freddie, don't leave me. Don't leave me, please. I saw the green and brown stuff come out of his mouth. I instantly rushed him to the hospital. I was yelling out the window, stop, stop, stop. We got to get through traffic. My baby, he's dying. We get to the hospital. I told valet, can you go get some help? He took too long, so I got out the car to get help. They came to the car, instantly grabbed my baby on his head, get a stretch. He's not breathing. Help. Cold blue. Everybody tried. I didn't even know my 2-year-old was. I was in it with my 9-year-old. And they brought her in right after they pronounced him dead. And my mama came to me, she said, Yaya. That's what we call her, but her name is Amelia. We just call her Yaya. And they said she wasn't breathing. And they pronounced her too. I asked everybody for help. I called out of state. I called cities I didn't know. I called cities people asked me to call. I even asked Detroit. I've been on CAM list for the longest. Everybody now wants to help. After I lost 2 kids, I've been asked for help. like it wasn't daytime. I did everything I was supposed to do. They had everything. Everything they wanted. Only thing they didn't have was a house. But from electronics to clothes, anything they asked me for, my kids didn't even get whooped. I lost the one who made me a mother. I lost a 2-year-old. It hurt losing 2 kids in one night. You know, I don't wish this on nobody. And if you can get help, please go get help. Because I don't want nobody else to go through what I'm feeling. Just wherever you can get help from, if it's not from the city, the state, no other city or state, just go. Like, you don't have to suffer.
It's very, very, very heartbreaking. The new McFall Brothers Funeral Home is covering the children's burial plans and funeral expenses. Williams, 29, she's 29 years old. She is also receiving help from Detroit Power Detroit, that organization. That's the building that we're actually standing outside of here.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids for me? I said, I need help. You know I'm homeless. I done kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to?
No, she did not. All she said was, can I get them? Can I get them just to get them? And can I get them because y'all homeless? That's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
See, I saw it. That's what I saw, about 3 months. But she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other sob stories, they can cut all that. No, she did not.
Curry, who lives in Novi, says Williams never specified why she wanted to drop their kids off to him.
She just asked, can I get them for a couple of days? But I told her I'm working and all that, and I'm out here. We're not close to each other, so I couldn't. But she knows all my family is right around the corner from her.
Why didn't you call your family?
Did she reach out to any of your family?
No, she did not. And she knows she could have, like we always used to do.
He says the last time he held his children was a month or 2 ago, and that they typically FaceTime, moments he will miss.
And there's a, police investigation into this. What is it you would like to see come of this? Obviously, nothing's going to bring back your 9-year-old and your 2-year-old.
Doesn't even matter to me. Can't get them back, so it's whatever.
I wish being a deadbeat baby daddy was illegal so some of y'all could go to jail.
Please.
Or at least add it to the 10 commandments so we could be sure that y'all are going to hell. You know what I'm saying? Because that man whose kids hypothermia because they was homeless and living in a car with their mama really got on the news and said, she told me to come get them, but she didn't tell me to come get my kids because they was homeless. There's a difference. What? And while I absolutely do not believe that she didn't tell you that they was homeless, they was also homeless for 3 months. 3 months. So at the very least, that means you haven't seen your kids to even make sure they're safe in 3 months. Like, you got on the news proud and tried to blame this lady. Are you serious? Y'all be acting like y'all doing people a favor by taking care of y'all kids. Even if she just said, come get them, they're your kids. You ain't seen them in 3 months. The same way y'all leave y'all kids out to suffer, y'all deserve to rot in jail. And before y'all come on here saying she should have picked better, it's always the ones that don't take care of their kids that want somebody to pick better. Somebody got caught up with you when you tricked them. So you should know of all people that it was a scam from the start.
I keep seeing all of the videos of Tatiana, the mother who lost her 2-year-old and her 9-year-old. Due to basically the freezing cold. I grieve so hard with that mother because, man, as a mother, you try to do everything that you can for your kids. You try to provide, you try to be a role model, In some situation, your kids get us through some things unknowingly. You know what I'm saying? Give us the willpower to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm sure that's what her kids was doing for her. They was giving her the willpower to keep going, to keep figuring it out because she had them. And despite her reaching out to so many people and everybody saying no, the one person that shouldn't have said no was that father. Because she didn't make these kids by herself.
Exactly.
And he told on himself, like, He like, yeah, she reached out to me 2 or 3 months ago, but I'm working and I'm out here. All of those are excuses, because once you have kids, it's not all about you. And it's on you to help figure out what works for everybody as well. So yeah, you failed in this situation. You dropped the ball in this situation. You can't blame everything on her when you didn't give anything. Talking about all she did was say she needed to drop them off. She didn't tell me she was homeless. She shouldn't have had to tell you. You ain't seen your kids in 2 months. What's wrong with you? Now this situation is here. I grieve hard for that mother, because I'm sure she tried everything she could do. And everybody got their own situation. That's why I keep saying you can't point the finger at anybody but the parents, because those are the two that chose to have those kids. And when you do, it's on you to figure out how to support and do for them. But the fact that the father had a place and he still turned the back, that's what hurts me. You had a place and you gave so many excuses. I don't know, did anybody else see these videos going around? It's just heartbreaking. I mean, I could talk on and on about this. It's just so heartbreaking.
Story about the Detroit woman whose 2 children had passed away from hypothermia, and it was sad. And it's crazy that, you know, we're living in this world where stuff like that can happen, where this lady and her 5 kids were living in a van and had no heat, and their bodies just couldn't take it anymore. And, you know, she said that she reached out for help, reached out in different cities and states, and she just couldn't get it. And, you know, I saw this other creator talking about how neglect comes in many different forms. And he was saying, like, just because you bring your kids to CPS doesn't mean that, you know, a family friend can't take them or whatever until you get on your feet. And I know it's hard. Of course, nobody wants to just give up their kids if they don't have to. But I really think in these types of situations, it's so sad, because it's all these, you know, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Like, I know she would have done stuff differently, like maybe even take him to CPS herself or something, because at this point, like, kids deserve a nice, stable environment. They deserve heat. They deserve hot water. They deserve hot food. And if you're unable to provide that, like, sometimes you may have to make very, very difficult decisions in the best interest of the child. Now, I'm not sure what, I know they said that they detained her, and I'm not sure what they're going to charge her. If they're going to charge her, I know the other kids are in child protective service and in custody, but it really does go to show that we have an issue here in America, and we knew that when it comes to homelessness and stuff like that. But I'm begging, if you are a parent and just things are getting too rough and stuff like that, like I'm not saying that there's a right way to handle certain things. After that child passes, like, there's nothing that can be done. And you can't listen to the judgment of other people, because people are like, they would judge you if you bring your children to CPS. And people, because maybe had she brought her kid to CPS, maybe those children still would have been alive, and she could have found a way to get her life together so she can get her children back. But there's so many questions. Where are the children's fathers? Where are they? Where are they? And that's why I think people be having this conversation, because it's like, you can't allow yourself to get pregnant multiple times to the point where you have 5 children depending on you, and you have nowhere to put them. It's so traumatic for those other kids, having to look around and see that their older sister or their younger brother is no longer breathing because they're shivering and it's so cold up there. It's just a sad situation all around. I'm not making this video to be judgmental. I know how hard it is to be a single parent, but sometimes I think, you know, you're going to have to make some very difficult decisions. And sometimes that decision includes allowing your child to stay somewhere else. If not with family, with this, somewhere. Those poor kids, I just can't imagine, like, freezing. Like, it's just a sad situation.
TikTok may take this video down, so if you see it, you see it. If you don't, just know I said it. Men who are deadbeats deserve to die. For you to get your ass on that TV after 2 of your 3 children of hypothermia due to homelessness, after their mother repeatedly asked you to come get them. Coughing. Dirt. Actually, no funeral. Cremate him. Cremate him. That man ain't give a rat's ass. He didn't give a single. He literally didn't care. Like, he had his hands stuffed into his pockets like a third grader. Talking about ask me to come get my kids just to get them. And ask me to get my kids because you're homeless is not the same thing. No, they literally are. Because I don't need a reason to ask you to come get your kids.
Yeah.
I don't get her nails done, and that's why you need to come get them. I don't if she just wanted to sit in silence. So come get them. Come get them. They're yours. Talking about, I was at the gym, and as soon as I got on the treadmill, she said, you need to come to the hospital, they gone. So you got leisurely time. Leisurely time to go to the gym. You have a gym membership that you pay for. You have a home. And your kids have none of that. This man talking about, we live far. I'm from the Midwest. I am from Cleveland. I went to school about 45 minutes from Detroit. I'm very familiar with Detroit. This is the distance that he said was too far. This is the distance that he said was too far. And if you're from the Midwest, if you're from Michigan, if you're from Ohio, most places that are downtown are 30 minutes from everywhere. Everything is 30 minutes from everything. His gym was probably 30 minutes away. In Novi, the town that they said he lives in, very wealthy neighborhood. That's a nice place. That is a very nice suburbs. You were living nice, and your kids died because they had no home. If you gave, he wouldn't even did the interview. He didn't even have a shake in his voice. He did not even have a tear in his eye. And I don't fault him for not crying, because I do feel like people react to things differently, especially like in that moment. You may have been all cried out. I would have given you that. That man says, so all the sob stories got to stop. This is the sobs. The story is sobbing. Your kids, and you don't even give, dead ass don't care. You're in a Nike Tech. You know a Nike Tech these days is 180 for the top, 180 for the bottom. And then you got a coat on top of the tech. And your kids, they were so cold. This shit is pathetic. It's not even funny. Like, talking about you could have called my peoples. Why didn't you call them?
Exactly. Same thing I said.
What, them your kids. Them is your kids. And it's like, yeah, I don't even got too much to say about it. I hope they do something to you. I do. The police just need to charge you with something just because. At this point, start following him around the city. I mean, pull him over every time he changed lanes without no blinker. Like, I mean, something needs to be done. Y'all don't deserve to live, okay? It's just that simple. It's just that simple to me. And it's like, people be trying to come up with all these reasons as to why men are deadbeats and the mom and the, listen. And now I'm talking to women, okay? Because I was talking to everybody before, but now I'm talking to women. The only reason he's a deadbeat is because he didn't want them kids. That's it. That's it. He don't want them. He never wanted them. It don't even be he wanted you and you had the kids, so if you leave, he leave you and the kids. He don't want the kids if you stay. That's why he's treating y'all like that. That's why you have to leave. It's because he's treating you and your kids bad. He didn't want them kids to begin with. It's nothing you could have did different to change the scenario. The only thing you could have did different was not have them. Not have them. This shit is irritating. And it's just sad because it just didn't have to be like that. And it's like, when you get, and the mother, she's not wrong. I fully believe when she said that she reached out to several people. She got 4 kids. How many people do you know, if you are in a situation where you can't keep a roof over your head, how many people do you really know who are close to you, who can keep a roof, who have a roof that can accommodate for you and for children?
It's not possible.
If you have nothing, your village probably don't neither. Stop having these kids. It's not even funny. Like, that man was content with his kids being dead. That's how much he didn't want them kids. And other men, y'all disgust me talking about some, why aren't we holding her accountable? Her kids are dead. What more would you like to do to somebody whose kids are dead, who watch their kids? What more do you want to do? Why don't, with the accountability, because he didn't even have to provide her a home or a child that's not his. She said that. She was cool with that. She could have figured that out. He owed his kids a roof over their head. You owe your children a roof over their head. whether you wanted them or not.
Yeah,
Whether you can afford them or not.
you brought them here.
You go without. But y'all don't want to make no sacrifices. Y'all rather just move on and dap y'all homeboys up like shit cool. All y'all fraud to me. And that's the thing. That's what it come down to. As a whole, all y'all is looking very, very weird. This shit's not normal. This shit's not okay. And y'all gonna meet y'all match. I know that much.
Please go down in the comment section. This story is so heavy. Please go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this story down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. You're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thought. So for me personally, hold on guys. Okay. For me personally, it doesn't, like, this is why when we have conversation on this channel and we keep telling people, especially women, don't have kids. Most times when you are in a relationship, you usually feel like having kids will literally keep this man or keep the relationship going. She has 3 kids by the baby father of these 2 kids that was that she has 3 kids for this man. 3. Ladies, this is why I would say when you see the red flags, okay, let's even say the first one is a mistake. Why are you having 3? I'm not like, this is not me like blaming her. My heart goes out to her and the kids. I know that that's not, in fact, the thought of the kids even dying from cold. Do you know what, like, you freeze, like, that's such a slow, painful way to die. And that happened to a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old. My heart goes out to her. But let's also talk reality. Let's also talk life. You see the red flag in one. When you have the first child, you went ahead to have 3 kids. What magic were you thinking was going to happen? And a lot of time, we as women, it doesn't still click until it has happened to us that the responsibility, the care of these children falls down to you. 98%. This man has a home to house his own kids, but he did not take them. Society is not dragging him on that though. It's her that is the bad mother. And that is why we talk here on this channel how as women you need to start protecting yourself. Like the other sister said, and also the number of children you have. Like, protect yourself. If you really want to have kids, being a mother is your calling, your life destination. Ask yourself, if anything go left, how can you up and go? But having 4 kids, who wants to help someone? Because whether you like it or not, everybody is struggling, especially financially. Everybody is struggling. So who wants to help someone that has 4 kids and herself, a mom, and 2 of her siblings? Nobody can take you in. And most times in scenarios like that, usually you can't even give 1 kid out and all that. So the situation is dicey. But clearly, we all know the father is a deadbeat dad. And I don't even know why he even did that interview, because it just disgusts me. But in reality, let's just even face the reality. Yes, he's a deadbeat dad. Society accepts deadbeat dad. You as the woman, you'll be the one to go through everything. Everything. He doesn't even have attachment to the kids. He does not care because he does not want the kids. And sometimes some of these men, they have these kids with you so that they can lock you down, so that they can trap you, so that they can make your life hard, because they know when you have a kid as a woman, your life is 10 times harder. People don't want to come and have that conversation. When you have kids, if you think you're struggling mentally, financially, spiritually, when you have kids, ready to do that times 10. And these men, they know it. They can up and go. So you as a woman, protect yourself. Don't let yourself to be pregnant by any man thinking, oh, it's love or whatever reason. For whatever reason. If you are not ready for that kid, If that's not what you want at the moment, and when I mean ready, you have to be ready mentally, physically, financially, emotionally. Because these kids deserve to be provided for. Kids deserve to be cared for. Kids deserve to have a stable home. So if you're not ready, if you've not done the work, don't bring kids into this world. Please. Please. And I know life goes up and down and all that, but be intentional. Once these kids come, they are not going anywhere except they are dead. You have to provide for them. You have to show up for them. So please, ladies, please, when we choose to lay down with these men and do, always put yourself first. Ask yourself, is this something you want? Is this something you can handle? And I always tell people, when you say, oh, I always want to be a mother, if I find the right partner, I will have a baby. I always say, when you ask yourself if you want to have a kid, can you be a single mother? Can you cater for those kids by yourself if you choose to have kids? Because the way some of these men are moving, please, my heart goes out to this lady, my heart is so broken for these children. They don't deserve what comes to them. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful. You're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thoughts. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this guy. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.